team with so many new pieces trying to come together, but you've obviously had some time with them now.
Yeah, I think we got a pretty good feel. The fortunate part about college that you don't get in the NBA is you have such a long runway, right? Usually the NBA, you have your young guys over the summer that you can work with, but for the most part, you get them a couple weeks before your first game, and so you're trying to get all this in. This is new in a good way. I've been working with these guys all summer, so I got a pretty good feel, at least individually, for what each guy can bring. Now collectively, it's going to be fun to watch these guys compete now that we have real practice time and we get after it in real scrimmages, and you start tweaking the lineups a little bit and figuring out who plays well with who, and who can help the other guy, and all those fun things that actually go into winning. Now it's more team oriented, right? The summertime, and you have some work together as a team, but a lot of it's individual, right? Skill development, weight room, conditioning. Now the puzzle starts coming together. So I got a pretty good feel. I'm sure I'm going to learn a lot about our team over the next few weeks before our first game start. But so far I'm pleased.
Are you in specialized mode? I think you said last time that you want everybody to do everything and shoot whenever you want to shoot, but then you're going to kind of narrow guys down to their strengths. Are you kind of getting to that point?
Yeah, I think first and foremost, I think the best teams figure that out on their own. They have to have some self-awareness of what they actually bring to winning. But those meetings will start this week, sitting down individually with guys and having those conversations of, hey, this is what we're thinking, but tell us how you think you can impact winning for this team. Most guys will hit it square on, and now you can hold them accountable. Some guys will need some guidance of, all right, that's a good answer. I might have a better answer for you, and let's come to that agreement. So that by the time the season starts through this preseason, you have those roles and responsibilities on the court that are directly laid out, and there's no confusion on when you get in the game how you can impact the winning.
From a conditioning standpoint, so that's one of the things I'm most proud of since you got here. Where are the guys now, and what do you want to see for the next few weeks?
I think we're in a good spot. We're nowhere near where we need to be, and that's part of the preseason, right? Now a lot of their conditioning has come off the court now, and some in drill work, but now it's going to start coming in real live action, and that's why those drills, everything has a purpose. The loser's always going to run, and you got to make those free throws, man. And if you miss the free throws, you're going to run. There's consequences in games. If you miss free throws, you're going to lose, right? And here, if you miss free throws, you're going to run. So through the course of the next few weeks, the conditioning level will get to a place where it needs to be. Right now, it's not there. But the good thing is they're aware of it, and we're aware of it, and we're going to work on it every day.
Making Coach Fly the GM. I know that was something you talked about, you were thinking about later or early on when you got here. What kind of went into that decision of having a GM, and then why Fly?
Yeah, we're really, really excited about our whole coaching staff. Everyone has done an unbelievable job in a lot of different areas. Fly is very comfortable in that realm of recruiting, of roster building, of team construction. He's done a great job going all the way back when he was here with Leonard Hamilton. He's a relationship builder. He does a really good job with his connections around the state. And so through this process, and I was interviewing, I don't know how many, some from the NBA level, some from college level, some agents. I was interviewing for that spot because I knew I wanted to fill it at some point this season before the portal hit. And I'm looking around, and Fly's already doing 80 to 90% of what I'm going to ask these guys to do. And I trust Fly. He's like a brother of mine. So all of those things went into it. Somewhere in the midst of the interviews, I sat him down and said, listen, you're a coach, you've been a head coach, you're an assistant coach now. Would you have any interest in taking on somewhat of a dual role, right? You're still going to be an assistant coach, you're still going to be in practice sometimes you're not. Sometimes you're going to be on the road meeting with agents, sometimes you're going to be popping in on high school guys. Our whole staff had a big part in this recruiting class, but most of it, if we're being honest, was Fly organizing everyone. Like, I think I'm pretty good relationally. If you get me in front of a family, I know nothing about recruiting, and that's where our staff is helping me, right? You got to do this, you got to call this guy, you got to, and all of those things go into building a great class and eventually building a great program. So to answer your question, in the simplest form, I knew I wanted to fill the spot. I had a guy next to me already doing most of the work, and now he's just doing a little bit extra work on that side in terms of agent relationships, NIL fundraising, helping me with all those things. So I'm super excited. He's hit the ground running. He's not in practice today because he's in South Florida recruiting, and that's something that will continue. He's going to spend a lot of time with our team, but he's also going to spend a lot of time on the road helping me build the foundation of this program.
Why did you want to get Derwin back around the program?
Yeah, one of my big things, and the NBA teams do a great job of this, is bringing former players into the coaching realm. And Derwin, as a teammate, I don't want to say he was my favorite teammate, but his demeanor was always so impressive, right? When the highs were high, he was right here. When the lows were low, he was right here. And a lot of that goes into coaching, right? So we actually had the conversation, unfortunately, at Ryan Reed's funeral of would you have any interest? I had the spot open from Amaro leaving. I knew at that time the conversations were starting with Fly, so I knew I was going to be down to coach. Ton of people calling for that spot. The interest was, it kind of blew my mind a little bit how many people were interested in coming to Florida State, which was great because you get to know people and talk to people. I knew I wasn't going to hire too many people I didn't know, and what a great opportunity. He was an unbelievable player here, unbelievable professional career. He had been doing some stuff in coaching in Central Florida in terms of working guys out and helping high school kids. And then we had a couple conversations of what it may look like. I know I could go get a more experienced coach, but I don't know if I could find a better person for the job that knows Florida State, that I can help get a footing in the coaching world, and he can help me in so many different ways, knowing my personality, knowing at times how to calm me down, and he just has a great way with the guys. He can bring so much more to that position than hiring, Joe Smith from wherever. I'm super excited about Derwin, and already the building can feel like bringing former players back in all these different roles. To me, has a more special meaning than just putting the quote unquote best staff together. It's like, no, what's the best staff for Florida State?
Pretty good. They're going to bring out